이제 그 유럽에서 있을 때 제임이랑 같은 팀에 있었는데 이제 그 시즌 끝나고 팀이 없는데 이제 저번 팀에 같이 있었던 제임이 미네스키 여기 좀 필리핀 팀 여기 미네스키 같이 와달라 해서 정글 아는 동생 후배랑 같이 여기 이제 미네스키 같이 오게 됐어요. 그냥 좀 많은 팀들이랑 스크림도 해봤는데 저희 지금 팀 분위기를 보면은 진짜 실수하지 않는 이상 저희 팀이 웬만하면 우승하지 않을까 생각하고 있어요. 이번 시즌.
Good evening, Summoners, and we are back to the 2018 Bacchus Pro Gaming Series Spring Split. What a game one it was, Chisto. I gotta say, the imports making their name known. That's the first day. And the opening match pa lang sa PGS, grabe talaga lang sa game 1.
Yeah, and quick recap of what happened during the previous game. Of course, Mineski absolutely destroying Team Manila. I mean, there's no other word for it. You can't sugarcoat this kind of stuff, especially at the highest level of play. There is no excuse for, I mean, you just have to credit Mineski for what an amazing performance. They're showing that even though there may be that language barrier challenge when you bring imports in, it looks like they have those problems solved, and they just look very, very solid in that opening game.
And when it comes to language barrier, I think when it comes to international scene, I think we speak one universal language when it comes to the Rift. And we are very familiar of the term macro and micro. And I gotta say, Mineski has that language down to the point. But here are the standings so far, coming from our game 1, where Mineski has secured 1 point. This means we are now at match point. So let's see, can the champions of the 2017 summer split in the Rampage stage can try and take away 1 point, even it out, or will Mineski take away the game with a 2-0?
Yeah, but of course, we can't count out Team Manila Eagles. They have faced match point before. This is the same roster that reverse swept Mineski in last year's final, and I wonder, can they do it here? This is a best of 3, of course, so that means they will have to win 2 games. We do have a new format for the spring split, so I'm very, very excited. I wonder, are TME flustered, or have they adjusted? Maybe they were just downloading information, just gathering what intel they could get. Maybe these Koreans could only do this, and now we figured them out, and maybe TME just goes straight 2-0.
Let's see though, could this be the same TME we saw on the Rampage stage, where they were able to reverse sweep the Mineski? But I don't think this is going to be the same scenario, because as far as I can say, Mineski right now looks very strong from the extra addition of the 2 imports, stepping up their competitiveness, and for TME, they have to catch up.
Yeah, and man, I just really, really surprised that it was that one-sided of a match. I would have expected TME to be super aggressive when they played, but in that first game, they looked a bit hesitant. Parang ayaw nilang kumuha ng laban, in a sense where they would go for a bit of poke and then immediately back off. But once they backed off, it was 5 members instantly. The collapse from Mineski was massive, and they just kind of steamrolled over Team Manila Eagles.
So let's see, this is game 2 of match 2 of the first day of the first week of the PGS. And again, as I always say, Team Manila Eagles are at match point, which I gotta say, they need to start leveling up their is it in terms of macro, were they lacking a bit, Chisto, in game 1?
I honestly don't think that was TME playing bad. I think that was Mineski playing really, really well, because normally you'd think that looking at how one-sided it was just TME playing bad. That wasn't the case at all. TME, they were reacting properly. We saw they were still able to punish TG and were able to pick up a kill on him, even though they knew they were in a position that they were behind. So Team Manila Eagles definitely not playing bad at all. It was just Mineski being the better team during that first game.
Well said by Chisto here, but for our transition towards the drafting phase for the second game, the game didn't start yet. So what does this mean to our summoners out there who are still waiting for those milestones to be reached? Once again, we are still on our promo right now. unlock and win. So we have our milestone set, 2.5k, 4k, and 5k. The game didn't start yet, and this is going to be intense because, in a way, this is a mini rematch of what happened in the 2017 Rampage stage where Team Manila Eagles were able to reverse sweep MSK, but so far, it's actually very convincing on how MSK has won the game 1.
Yeah, I like the point that you made right there, Vulcan. This is a mini rematch, and now for the second game of the second match, we have switched sides. It is now MSK on the blue side, where Team Manila Eagles will be playing from the red side. So MSK, they have first pick priority here. Let's see what strategy TME has in store for us and what adjustments, adaptations they have made to deal with a rather strong MSK.
All right, off the bat, Team Manila Eagles will be banning out the Kazakhs, who, in my opinion, Jae Jun, I gotta say, has been a beast in a way that was able to pinpoint the weakness in Kupsa's Jungle Path, where he was playing the Jax, a very snowball-oriented champion who, without any resources, becomes a liability.
Yeah, and looking at what MSK has picked right here, the Gangplank, we know JLC can play this pick very, very well, but now MSK opting to steal this pick away, just denying a lot of stuff from TME, but Kog'Maw has been locked in for Marky.
Okay, things are looking a bit personal here for TME. They want to try and show that
they're mad.
They don't want to show it. They want to show MSK that we're not yet done yet. We got the championship not just by luck or by, I would say, the word Jamba, right?
Jamba, yeah.
That's not the case here for TME. They've earned it. They have what it takes. Now let's see for Team Manila Eagles at match point. We'll try and fight back against MSK.
This is very interesting. Kalista and Braum, this was TME's bot lane during the first game, and now they've swung over to MSK's side. What is this? What is happening?
And finally, we're seeing a more ideal jungler coming from Team Manila Eagles. It is the Zac. And I gotta say, compared to a Jax, a Zac can be more proactive. Does not rely on too much item. Low economy champions are always the way to go when you are struggling and want to use them as soon as you want to.
Yeah, and you mentioned Zac can be a more proactive jungler, but we haven't seen the level of proactivity coming from Team Manila Eagles. So I wonder, can Kups perform on this champion? But is that Zoe?
Oh,
we finally get to see Zoe.
My lord. I think.
What do you feel, Vulcan? Are you okay?
I think I am actually sweating right now. My god. For the first time ever, Zoe was left open. So it will be taken away by Exozen in the mid lane. And you know Exo, one of the players in MSK. Constant mid laner, star player, I would rather say, in my opinion, the face of MSK.
I have to agree with that.
You have to agree with that. And he's on a Zoe. And that's something that you want to watch out for. And not to mention, Jaejun, it's himself. He did play that Kazakhs rather well, exploiting the weakness of that Jax. But now, we are going to be seeing him on a Rek'Sai, who is equally proactive as a counterpart, let's say, as a Zac.
Yeah, let's see how this game will pan out. You did mention there are a lot of picks that are strong from MSK, but I think TME, they went for comfort here. Kups, he does play this Zac. Marky, we all know how good this guy is on Kog'Maw, and Trevor, I think LeBlanc is one of his comfort picks. So let's see, will comfort triumph over strong power picks coming from MSK? And momentum definitely on MSK's side. Let's see, will Team Manila Eagles take off in Game 2?
We'll see once we load up to the rift, because as I say before and I will say again, Team Manila Eagles, this is not just a simple first match starting the PGS off. This is more of a statement that...
Oh, this is personal.
This is really personal. Because
this is a rivalry.
I would say MSK TME, from last year's Rampage stage, reverse sweeping, never feels good. And for the winner, it feels very good.
Of course it feels good for whoever gets the reverse sweep. So just like that, with that in mind, TME, they're definitely going to want to possibly give MSK a heartbreak and give them a mini reverse sweep.
Or will MSK crush TME and show them that it won't happen anymore? And for TME, let's hope that they can still try and fight back here. Spirit's not yet broken yet, but now, we talk about it a lot, but we'll see it now, live on the Rift. This is it. The last game. Match point so far for Team Manila Eagles. Mineski looking strong on the blue side versus Team Manila Eagles on the red side. Could this be the redemption for Team Manila Eagles for that Game 1 performance? Or will Mineski prove a point that we are the strongest team entering this PGS 2018?
Yeah, of course, you have to wonder what is hovering on the minds of the Team Manila Eagles, because that first game, very, very one-sided. Now they've seen what Mineski can do. Having that champion's mentality, of course, we know they've already prepared something. They've already adapted. Let's see, can they execute on those adaptations? Because, like we always mention to the viewers, Vulcan, it doesn't matter what you do in pick and ban, even though you get the stronger picks. Once you load onto Summoner's Rift, it all comes down to how well you execute, how you click on your mouse, how you press keys on your keyboard. That's what matters.
Very in detail you went there, Gista, but I have to agree with you that when it comes to, let's say, playing something like competitive League of Legends, it's not the same as viewers would say, like you're just playing in your home or in your comfort of your home. Let's say you're with your team, and when you're playing with something at stake here, you're bound to get some pressure. You're bound to get some higher heartbeat, and sometimes make you make small mistakes that you won't normally do.
Yeah, and normally what we see from great pro players, especially in competitive League of Legends, is that they don't mind that pressure. They thrive in it. That's what great players are made of. And looking at these two teams playing right now, those are 10 great players.
Top 2, and I mean, 2017 was one of the years that TME did secure their championship, but for Mineski, they're looking to get their revenge in this 2018 PGS, and so far, things are looking good for Mineski, having the momentum from Game 1.
I mean, it is a new year. Maybe Mineski doing the right moves, getting a new roster, whereas TME, they stuck with the old. Maybe that will be the X factor in this rivalry.
We'll see, and this is going to be more of a scaling match for Team Manila Eagles. Same with Mineski, so expect a more explosive clash when it comes to, let's say, the mid to late. Level 6 will happen, and that kind of makes the dynamic of the mid lane really interesting, because when I see Zoe and a LeBlanc, I can say that they, in a way, behave the same way. Zoe has a short blink going back. That's the distortion of the LeBlanc. Whoever gets the first, I'd say, skill shot, I'd say the Sickle of Malice for the LeBlanc, and for the Drowse by Zoe, they would win the trade.
Yeah, but I'd like to point out that the biggest difference in the LeBlanc and Zoe matchup is that Zoe, even though we think she's very mobile, she doesn't have any built-in escapes because she doesn't have the luxury of choosing whether or not to go back to her portal. Whereas LeBlanc's distortion, it acts practically the same way, but she has the ability to choose whether or not to go back to where she came from. So Zoe definitely more of an all-in champion where you have to decide very, very critically on when you use your ultimate, because, like we mentioned, she has no escapes.
Looks like we're seeing that Jaejun went towards the red side of TME. They know that Coop started red side. This is information that even that the highest teams can use to their advantage and change how they lane. But so far, I'm liking how things are looking pretty calm. So far, it's still the early phases of the game, but let's wait for the icebreaker, the first blood.
And maybe we get to see, we did mention Zoe has no built-in escapes. Coops is in the mid lane.
Oh, there comes the Coops guy. Oh, he does the access to the air. Where's the ignite? He does flash away. Oh! Finally, that's going to be one play. Coops will be remembered. The first blood will be going to Team Manila Eagles.
Just as you say icebreaker, Vulcan, that right there, TME taking flight. They're beginning to mount what could be a comeback. First blood is great for them if they're able to add to this. They're going to be in a great position to possibly tie this series up. But we all know Mineski in that first game, they're very quick to respond to this. So if they try and go for that play again, Mineski will have a response ready for sure.
Of course. And as for Zoe, she did burn her flash. So as you said, she is a rather behaves in a LeBlanc way, but without the mobility. So let's see, could this be a turning point for the Eagles to soar, or will the Mineski, the Angels will strike them down?
That's definitely a large turning point, Vulcan. I mean, we did mention LeBlanc very, very strong early game champion. If she's able to get ahead in lane, she can just bully her opponent. especially if she gets levels and if she gets items as well. Normally, we'd see LeBlanc's pick up an early Hextech Revolver, and having that kind of surprising burst once she auto-attacks, you can really catch some people off guard. But knowing EXO, he plays LeBlanc as well, and he knows that it's coming. He knows what's coming.
And let's see, will it come in time for TME to try and secure maybe 1 point at this best of 3 series? Again, Koops making his way towards the mid lane. There's the redemption coming in from the minions. Help here with that. Little heal. Looks like EXO will stay in lane longer, but that signals Jaejun maybe to go in for a counter gank.
It's actually very annoying for Team Manila Eagles. I mean, redemption this early into the game just allows EXO to stay in lane longer even though there was a gank. I mean, he's so healthy at the moment because of that RNG giving him redemption just from last hitting the minions.
And now, again, first blood going towards TME. It is gonna favor them in a way, but this still cannot be the point where TME should relax. With that lead, further solidified by ganking more, being more proactive. This is what I was expecting when I saw Jungle Zac rather in game 2, not the Jungle Jacks in game 1.
Yeah, and I think this fits TME's style even more.
I have to agree with
They
you.
definitely need a jungler that can act as that bridge they need to get those early game leads. And Zac as a jungler, definitely one of those that can play very proactively. Once you get 2 to 3 points in his elastic slingshot, he can just jump out of Fog of War. And this early into the game, no real vision set yet. So you have to be very careful laning, especially against that jungle Zac, because Koops right now, he's going to exert a lot of pressure. And speaking of pressure,
here comes the third gank by Koops. But this time, Jaejun was in the scene here. Looks like EXO will be back here. Jaejun comes in for the counter gank. Cannon Barrage is in play. Teleport does get cancelled. Flash burn by Koops. Trevor's very low. That will be TME backing off.
look at that. Like I previously mentioned, if you try to go for that play again, Mineski will have a response ready, and Jaejun at the right place at the right time. Great instincts.
Ooh, look at that. And with that, counter gank goes in to steal that red buff.
Yeah, very clean rotations coming from Mineski's jungler, and like I mentioned, the response right there, he saves EXO even though Zoe doesn't have any built-in escapes. He's able to get out clean.
This is actually bad news for Koops. He is behind in CS. And with the red buff gone, he won't be level 6. That powerful tool for the Zac at level 6 will not be available. Trevor's level 7, so right now Koops is behind a level.
Yeah, and I like the smart move made by Mineski's bot lane. We saw Jaejun go for the red buff invade and steal it away from Koops. He tried to mirror that move, but once he moved towards Mineski's red buff, the bot lane of Mineski was immediately there to block him off, so great response.
That's gonna be teamwork in the play here. I think this is a very a match where you can learn a lot from, lots of insights. Koops going in for the guy. Ooh, great play from the Zac.
Got him.
4 members from TME collapsing to the top bot lane. Trevor gets the kill and make it a double.
This is the proactiveness that needs to come out of TME if they want to tie up this series. And like I mentioned, Zac, very, very proactive style of jungling. You don't need to farm a lot. You need to gank a whole lot. This is very different TME at the moment. They're playing very, very proactively, showing why they are the defending champions.
Okay, from the bot lane fiasco now to the Infernal Drake. Team Manila Eagles will be trying to secure this Drake here. I see some movements here, but I think this will be uncontested.
Yeah, I don't think there is a response. Jaejun is still in base. If this gets stolen by Mineski, that would be a very, very miraculous thing, but looks like no funny business.
And I want to know, can Trevor be more proactive in this game? Look at his KDA, 201. Majority of the goal is in his hands. He got a first blood assist and a kill. This should help him be a bit more confident in his lane. Possibly shutting down this Zoe early on, because Zoe tends to scale, even though I would say still being behind, because of the fact that it's easy to abuse the range of that Zoe and be a bit sleepy.
Yeah, I definitely think that now that TME's mid laner has been given more resources, he has more options to play more proactively compared to that last game. He needs to grow.
What's this? Dodges the Josie. Bubble. goes back instead. So a close call for Trevor. He does.
Oh, Mr. Voyage!
Here it comes. That's gonna be again. Coops and Rocks will make their way into the bot lane. Cannon Barrage is there for the slow. Same with the Glacial Fissure. That's gonna be the third stack by the time for the stun. And that is the kill that Marky is looking for. Takes down Gary and leaving TG to go back under his turret.
Yeah, TME, they're making full use of the tools they have to play proactively right there, punishing the bot lane of Mineski for not having summoner spells up. And again, Gary goes down for his second death of the game. This early game is going well for TME.
But will it last? Knowing Mineski, they still have the tools and the resources and the initiative to just take that lead away. Jaejun takes down Trevor.
It's actually very interesting, Vulcan. You mentioned the lead, right? Even though TME has the lead in kills, look at the gold. It's practically even at this stage, and with the kill happening in the mid lane, that means Mineski have free time to go for the start. I don't think they are going to secure it yet. Kup is here to defend.
Oh boy, first turret at stake here. If Mineski secures this, it's going to be bad news.
I think the turret's fine.
The turret's fine for now, but yes, going to the gold score here, it's very even. Why? Look at the CS in the top lane.
Yeah, sometimes KDA doesn't tell the entire story. You see somebody, he's 2-0, but that doesn't tell the entire story. Look at his CS. Maybe the gold is actually even.
And when you look at the perspective in a pro scene, when you look at the game itself and spectate it, you get to see the different dynamics that, the KDA can
There's
change.
no flash!
Okay, no flash, no summoners. Marky gets an easy pick off in the bot lane.
Marky somehow has awoken. He looks like he is angry and he's playing very, very aggressively. An immediate change in attitude from the first game. It looks like TME, they're more comfortable. They look less hesitant, and this is what they need to do if they want to win. During the first game, I stressed a lot that they were hesitating when going for these fights, and look right there, no hesitation at all. Rox even flashed forward. And that's the aggression that will help you overcome Mineski.
And I love how Rocks on this Tom Kench has been using the Abyssal Voyage for the flanks, assisting Coops. I mean, if you have vision, I mean, Mineski has the vision in the bot lane, but you can easily bypass that with that Abyssal Voyage. That is a great flanking tool itself, and you can use it creatively. And we did see that previously in the bot lane.
Yeah, and that's a very smart use of the ability right there, but there's a bit of a skirmish here in the jungle. Both of the junglers just gonna try and poke each other out. Exo's in a bit of trouble though.
We do see that Trevor is building towards the Gunblade. He does have the gold, but his CS has to catch up. Seeing Exo already finishing up that Morello and does have the magical footwear, so does save him money. So maybe the KD of 211 doesn't even matter to Exo right now because of the items he have.
Yeah, and going back to your previous point, Vulcan, where you mentioned you wanted to see Trevor play more proactively, Exo isn't allowing him to because Zoe's constantly shoving in mid lane, so if Trevor tries and go for a roam, that means he'll possibly lose his towers. So unless he's able to push out Exo or possibly kill him in this 1v1 matchup, Exo's actually dealing more pressure than the Fed LeBlanc at the moment.
Yes, and I think that just comes from the Zoe itself with amazing wave clear at early levels.
At all levels, really.
At all levels, especially onto the caster minions. So that's going to be a huge obstacle that Trevor has to deal with. And don't falter, but things are heating up in the bot lane. Seeing how we are expecting engagement, maybe to rotate to the bot lane. Who knows?
Yeah, and looking at how the game has progressed, it looks like the Eagles, they're hovering at the moment. They've stopped rising while they're flying. They're sort of hovering on the same level, still trying to look for that opening. Now let's see what opening can they get. Coops is kind of slowed down a bit here because during the first 10 minutes of the game, we saw how proactive TME was playing with the Zac using the Abyssal Voyage from the Tom Kench, and now they've kind of slowed down a bit after all of those punishes they did.
And so to... Okay, I thought it would be a clash happening, but still, I think it's just me being a bit impatient, me trying to look out for some exciting plays, but exciting plays are well enjoyed if you do share it with your friends. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think everyone at home watching, or whether in your mobile, on your PC, in a computer shop, I'm pretty sure you're all demanding to see some action right now.
And if you want to have your friends join in the fun, especially whoever is a TME fan or a Mineski fan,
I'm sure there's a lot.
Two big names in the esports right now. It's worth watching, and you do get a reward for those milestones reached. So share and spread the link.
Yeah, and of course, if you have friends that you want to get into esports as well, this is the game that you'd want to introduce them into the PGS. I mean, these are the top teams. If you want to see the highest level of competition in the Philippines, these are the best of the best.
And when you're talking about the best of the best, this is one of the testing grounds, especially the PGS, to see can they still call themselves one of the top 2, the top 3. We'll know in this split.
Look at that damage.
That was a close call. If Coops got knocked off by Jajun there, that would have
Whoa!
Okay, I think Cannon Barrage will be the finishing blow. Kaigo sees it, but bot lane seems a bit too troubled. Laser Fissure is there, but that's not gonna happen for Coops. He does have to sell division. 3 members of Mineski in the bot lane with Marky free hitting from the side, but there's the Brahms Unbreakable for the protection.
Did you see that damage coming out from Exo's Paddle Star? Just destroys Trevor in the mid lane, and teamwork as well on point from Mineski. All of the shots landing. And just like that, the Infernal Drake being matched. It's now 1-1 in Infernal Drakes.
And 4 members are collapsing into the bot lane. Signal to go back. Will they be able to? Oh god, Rocks got stunned, but Marky's dealing still damage. And they will just back away. So calm right now. And way to go for the RNG to make game 2. Match point, very exciting. The next Drake is Infernal, so you know that the heat and the pressure in the bot lane will still remain.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hot down there in the bot lane because it is 3 Infernal Drakes, but looking at that previous gank attempt by Mineski with Exo missing his bubble, they weren't able to go for more, and great disengage as well by TME, dodging out of all the threats that Mineski can toss at them. And now that Trevor has pushed out mid lane, it allows him to roam. But Kaigo is fairly safe. There was a control ward. Saves his life for now.
And I wonder how much money he has, especially...
Probably a lot.
Probably a lot more than JLC, but JLC is trying to be a bit more diverse in his itemization. Has the Arm Seeker's Guard and the Hunting guys, so still this is more of a defensive approach, so we'll still be waiting for the mid to late where things get really heated up.
Yeah, especially if you have a gangplank in the late game. Those barrels are going to deal a lot of damage. And look at how Kaigo is built. He already has that Hex Drinker. So we know there is no world that JLC can actually solo kill Kaigo on this gangplank. And Trinity Force as well. That's a lot of damage in wave clear.
And a Hex Drinker for more defensiveness by Kaigo. And you gotta watch out for that Cannon Barrage. So when you're very low, that could be the finishing move. Kaigo very low, gets eaten up, cleanses out of it with the orange. Comes his hair, but Jajun denies the knockup. Still though, Marky will be picking up the kill. That's the 3rd stack, but they will back away. Exo is here. This strikes fear in the hearts of TME. That Zoe is somehow of a threat. Ooh, close call there.
Whoa!
Goes with the 3-man kidnap. Still, great save by Rocks with that Tom catch. Here comes JLC, and here comes Trevor going on to Exo. Takes him down. 2 members remain. JLC in the yellow bar, and Coops goes in with a re-engage. Marky's on a rampage. Takes down Jajun. TG's very low. Who gets the kill? And will snowball to this game. JLC will be taking away the kill.
Yeah, and this is the championship mentality coming out from Team Manila Eagles. This is the no hesitation aggression I want to see coming out from them, and they're rewarded for their aggression. They now have a 9-2 kill lead in a tower as well under their belts. Great stuff coming from TME. They're fighting back.
Let's have a breakdown of that top lane clash. I thought that Trevor would have get hit by the Pal Star, but I gotta say, that ultimate from the Zac, party time, changed everything.
Definitely party time. Bring out the birthday hats. This is TME just ignoring every tower in the game. They just absolutely dive onto Mineski, and without the Kalista there's no DPS left. You're just getting run down by the Eagles.
And that's gonna summarize everything. JLC is running that rumble, and you gotta watch out. He has the Leandri's Torment completed, so watch out for people who are building health. has to be a bit more
Oh, it's not Trevor. He's fine.
decisive. Yes, that's a close call. He did get spotted by TG. But now the question is, when you're playing a Kalista, an ADC that's very oppressive in lane, powerful laner, and also powerful objective control, you might want to expect that MSK will try and make this bottom lane work. They took away the second Infernal. That's something. Now it evens out. The next Infernal will change that.
Yeah, and I definitely think that MSK do have the tools to go for the team fights here. They have the Braum and Kalista combo. A lot of CC across those two champions. You can chain combo your knockups and your slow field as well from the Glacial Fissure. It's just a matter of how you execute it, because looking at how the last previous skirmishes happened for TME, they were taking advantage of their lead in the bot lane because Kalista was an absolute non-factor in all of the fights that TME have recently won.
And what a step up. When you're speaking of non-factor, what a step up for Coops. I mean, look at his KP right now. 7 out of 9. Great participation. Gets the Cinder Hulk. Gets the Giant Spell. And the Solari to deny more bursts coming from the Zoe or perhaps the Gangplank or the Kalista. I think that's a great itemization for Coops. He does have to pass it up so TME can go for more aggressive dives. Knowing this, the Infernal Drake will be live in 1 minute and 5 seconds. Let's see how the Eagles will behave.
Yeah, and that's a really great adaptation coming from TME's jungler, because compared to the first game, this looks like a completely different player. He's way more proactive. He's been setting up his team for way more successful plays, and instead of just farming on a champion that, well, relies on farm, he's now ganking and setting his team. Oh!
Great save by Rox.
He's
there.
fine.
Great save. If Rox wasn't there, I think Marky would have been picked off here. He has to be careful.
EXO as well, he needs to be very careful when going for those because, like we mentioned, Zoe only has her flash to escape, but it looks like we're going to see a 1v1.
Oh, I don't think it's a 1v1. Trevor's coming in. There's kind of a rush. Oh, Trevor takes the full Drew shot. Middle ground there. JLC with the equalizer set to the floor. Kaigo gets torched, but will not go down just yet.
Yeah, the Mothman marches right there, saving Kaigo's life and having that extra MR.
What an aggressive Baron call by Mineski. They immediately back away, but the Eagles has spawned the Rift Herald.
Yeah, and TME, good thing they snuffed out that Baron because Mineski, they could have secured that very, very quickly. Having that Kalista now, Infernal Drake is on the map. TME are rotating towards that objective. I don't think Mineski will be there in time to contest.
I think they'll be a bit too slow here, seeing that the Rift Herald is a distraction. Infernal Drake, check the health. There, it's still not gonna happen. Looks like Mineski, they're not making it time where TME bought enough time to take away the second Infernal Drake for themselves.
Oh, EXO. It's not gonna go for the all.
Oh, Trevor!
Ooh.
Juicy.
I felt that. That was so much damage coming from Battlestar and just the burst coming from Zoe.
And
I mean, it's called the Sleepy Trouble Bubble for a reason. If it lands on you, are definitely in trouble.
And for Trevor, he did not expect that would connect. And what damage that was. And now, without Trevor, I think Mineski signaling.
4v5.
Oh god, they're signaling the Baron call. Abyss of Void not available. Equalizer set to the floor. JJ very low in health, forced to back off. TG though getting slowed a lot. He might get caught here, but the face call is gonna be his saving grace.
Yeah, and with that Equalizer burn coming from TME, that will stop the Baron for now. Kaigo is split pushing in this bot lane now. Decisions for TME. Where do we go? Could we push the mid lane? Do we defend versus Kaigo or do we go for the Baron? Trevor is now up and he's trying to deal with the split pushing Gangplank. Kaigo's being very, very annoying at the moment.
That's what you want to do when you're a Gangplank. Split push the lanes, offer more pressure. But I think
Speaking of
Kaigo
pressure,
will be meeting JLC. He does flash over it. JLC joins in the flash. Ultimate is not yet up just yet. No slow will connect for the harpoon, but the kind of barrage will be there so that he can safely escape.
that is a lot of resources burned just trying to escape and actually trying to get onto Kaigo right there. So no flash on the Gangplank for the next fight, but that's also no flash for JLC's Rumble. That's very dangerous because Rumble, he wants to stay in your face. So once he goes onto Mineski, there is no escapes for him.
A lot of visions invested by Mineski here. Great wordplay to try and get the upper hand when it comes to objectives and epic monsters. JLC in the bot lane with EXO trying to get the Sleepy Trouble. Sees this, he backs off.
There's no flash in JLC.
Yeah, he did use it to chase down Kaigo, fails. Equalizer was used.
Oh, no.
Okay, looks like JLC pops the stasis, survives.
Oh, that is the Zhonya's Hourglass burn though for JLC.
Oh god.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
Oh, great maneuver by Trevor to try and redirect the Paddle Star, so he will be surviving. But again, MSK, they know it. They need to take the Baron to try and change the game to make it flow into their favor.
Yeah, MSK, they're definitely trying to spread out the members of TME because they know the team fight is strong if TME's lineup is as a 5 unit. But given that they're abusing Gangplank, because there's no world that JLC can deal with Kaigo alone, Gangplank will always win the 1v1 versus the Rumble, and MSK, they realize this. They're abusing the fact that, like I mentioned, Kaigo will just bully the Rumble, and they're using that to just split apart TME at the moment.
And while Kaigo is bullying that Rumble, staying in lane long, the amount of gold he gets with the Gangplank, with the Parley and the Cannon Barrage and the Klepto, that is just rewarding. And further increases Kaigo's scale when it comes to the late game.
I mean, that's what pirates do, man. They want to get all the gold. They want to get all that treasure.
Or in this case, want to get all the good stuff.
And he does have the good stuff. He has Trinity Force. That's the good stuff.
I'm still waiting for maybe an Infinity Edge, but he will be going for lethality. Could be the Ghost Blade for himself. He wants more mobility to really split push and have more movement speed.
Yeah, and given that now that we're all the way into the mid game, right? Both teams just posturing around the Baron area, really trying to establish vision. And now that TME have secured the Scuttle Crab, that means that they will have unsweepable vision around that. So if MSK try and go for the Baron, TME will definitely know.
And when you're looking at the itemization of TME's marksman, Marky, having the Rage Blade, the Hurricane, and the Wit's End, that is 3 items locked in for himself. And whereas we see the gold, 11,000 to 9,000, not that far behind, seeing that CS are very even, but the Rune and Turkey in the board for Gary. So let's see, can this be enough tools? There is the Rune, and Kalista has a lot of damage and should not be underestimated, despite the fact that let's say the KD is there, but still having 2 items is pretty much solid on a Kalista.
Yeah, and on top of Marquis' already superior build at the moment, they have 2 Infernal Drakes, so that's even more damage to be felt by MSK. And now the Baron dance. This is so intense, Vulcan, because Kaigo's been constantly split pushing here. Now, TME, they need to make a decision. Do we go for this Baron? Because...
This is the power.
Oh no.
Oh my god, he's getting barbecued in the bot lane. Calling in some help. Teleport's coming. JLC in a bad spot. Trying to back out with the equalizer. Blasco for the save. In there's the save. Palostar, where is it coming in? Redemption will kill JLC. No, the Scrap Shield protects JLC. With that, Coops takes down EXO, and TME will collapse in the bot lane.
Yeah, the solo laners for MSK are down at the moment. TME, what can they go for here? They do have a numbers advantage. They can't possibly go for the Baron. They do have the Kog'Maw to shred that big purple worm. How can MSK respond to this?
2 members down for MSK, 3 members remain, but at least Jaejun is alive. They have the jungler alive, so this is still a potential steal that MSK can pull off. TG has the Glacial Fissure. Gary is in the scene. They cannot give this Baron away. Trevor trying his work here. Glacial Fissure is there for the slow. Unbreakable, but the Solari will protect TME.
Tough choices.
For a while. Tough choices, but TME makes the smart choice. Backs off.
Oh my god, TME, they're showing a lot of respect to MSK's jungler right there. They want to prevent the 50-50, but look at how close this fight here is. EXO comes in with the teleport, tries to finish off JLC, but the blast code just at the last frame, and the Scrap Shield, the redemption, that saves his life, and the immediate turnaround.
But TG goes in for the Flashing Knight just to make GLC
kill secured.
Kill secured.
I mean, that's the easiest way to kill secure on support, man. Just Flashing Knight. He did survive for long enough, though, to buy his team Enough time in Mountain Drake?
Oh, baby, yeah.
That just means the Baron will fall in what could... in a blink of an eye, really. It's a Kog'Maw with Ginsu's Rage Blade.
I love the RNG. 3 Infernal Drakes and 1 Mountain Drake.
It's party time.
It's party time, and the next Drake is Elder. The Baron is still alive. Both teams still eyeing that juicy objective. I mean, you don't want to give away the Baron, the most powerful buff.
Look at this. It's going to feel so good.
Yeah.
That felt good.
I mean, for Kaigo, he does have superior items. I mean, more items, more gold. He scales a lot, but that will come to a standstill at some point. And when we talk about JLC's build, we see the Leandris, the Zonas, and the Void Staff. So 2 more items down left for JLC. But for Kaigo, look at him, already starting. I bet he has a lot of money, but just not using it.
Yeah, and you mentioned money, Vulcan. Look at the gold difference between the teams. It's 4 to 11 in kills, but the gold's practically even. And now we're gonna see a 1v1.
I think JLC's gonna die here. Oh, scratches away. Ooh, safe. Oh, that's so yes for the stasis. Will he die though? Oh, he does. That is a close call though. Kaigo's being smart. Goes away from the red carpet and heals himself with a scurvy.
Yeah, and now TME's top laner is down. Can Kaigo possibly take down this bot turret that he has been eyeing for so long? Finally, the gangplank has scaled to that point where the Rumble just can't deal with him in a 1v1 situation. Now, MSK, they're eyeing the Baron area. They do have a control ward in the pit.
28 seconds left on JLC. He has to teleport, and by that time, maybe his ultimate will be ready. So, if they want to go for the Baron, they should go now. Rock's trying to get away. Ooh, burns the flash, but MSK will burn the Glacial Fissure.
This is very tense. I mean, MSK, they're trying to pressure TME into making a difficult choice right now. They have the numbers advantage, and now they've started the Baron.
Okay.
They do have a Zac though, but it is versus a Kalista. It's very hard to steal objectives
JLC
from a Kalista in.
Rocks puts the ward. Teleport is coming in. 3 members already.
Party time!
Where's the thick skin? Coops goes in. The JLC is on the scene. That's gonna be first.
Over your Marky!
Let's break away, but Mark is free to left it. That's gonna be the cannon barrage for the slows up, but still, MSK will be backing off. JLC very low. Same with Coops, but delays the Baron.
Oh, can we go for more here? Oh, both teams are hesitant. There's so much respect being shown by both of these teams. Even though that was just one pick, I think TME, their hesitation is coming back. They could have possibly went for the Baron, but a lot of respect being shown here by both teams immediately backing off.
And I gotta say, the teleport pressure was there. Rocks putting down that ward very close to the pit. Grants the teleport and Coops over that wall. That is TME having the advantage in team fights, where MSK has the advantage in push with that Gangplank, has the pickups with the Zoe. And now it's a matter of time where Gary will be scaling with that Kalista. The lead that Marky had will further go down the drain and will equalize. Now it all comes down to execution and team fights.
Yeah, everyone's getting the core items they need. Everyone deals a lot of damage. So it's going to come down to possibly one team fight, because if you make one error at this stage of the game, you could just say goodbye to your Nexus, man. Speaking of errors,
I was having a mini heart attack. A piece of foliage for the flag, and Marky takes down EXO. Now Scoops goes in with a rampage on the money.
You know what that means, Vulcan? That will definitely be the Baron for TME. They are collapsing onto that objective. No jungler left to steal. No EXO to poke them in the pit. No cannon barrage from Kaigo. I think this is Team Manila Eagles Baron.
No teleport also, and no vision. The Eagles will be taking away the first Baron of the game.
Yeah, the Eagles are soaring high at the moment, and with this Baron, how much can they take from MSK? They've been, during the mid-game, they've been forced to just constantly back off and try and deal with the pressure Kaigo is exerting. But now, with the Baron buff, they can go for a push of their own. Now it's up to MSK to defend versus the Eagles.
And the Elder Drake will be live in 1 minute and 13 seconds. So, what's gonna happen here? TME has the Baron buff, has the stat boosts, and has the power to pressure the lanes.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They're gonna fight. They're definitely gonna fight over Elder Drake.
If ever MSK does take over the Elder, this can turn things around because Elder is more powerful in a team fight compared to a Baron buff.
Yeah. Kaigu. Ninja Pirate, go.
Wants to go and wait. He's just there. He's doing the same thing he's done in the bot lane. Now in the top lane, just going for the pressure. But Trevor sees him. Gets the slow. Gets the Signal Malice prop. That's fully charged. But Trevor cannot re-engage. And seeing the map, JLC making his way slowly creeping towards Kaigu, where 3 members of the Eagles will be taking down the outer bot lane turret, maybe making way for the Elder Drake.
Yeah, they're setting up their waves properly right now. All of the waves are pushing in TME's favor. And with the Elder Drake spawning in less than 15 seconds, that is the next largest objective on the map right now, and TME have total control over that area.
You know what I love about the Elder Drake being spawned and when the Baron is taken away, it's all or nothing at this point for MSK, because if they don't contest the Elder, it's pretty much going to be a very hard obstacle for them to overcome. And they don't want to have to deal with that, so I love it when an Elder does get contested, because if the Elder does get secured by the other team, immediate boost in damage when it comes to an extended team
Especially with a triple stack Elder?
fight.
That's gonna burn you.
And 2 Infernals, so that's gonna be very juicy.
Yeah, we just have to wait and see, man. Now Elder has spawned. Will we see a party in the Drake pit?
Let's see, for itemization, Gary has the Wits End and the Hurricane and the Fluent Blade King. Same with the Hex Drinker. That's gonna be his last item, so we'll make it to a Maw. Whereas we see Marky locked in, 6 packs there. And for Trevor, still lacking 1 item. So when you're reaching this late to the game, 36 minutes in, very extended.
Marky needs to be very careful.
Gonna be even.
For TME right now, it's gonna be a matter of whether or not Marky survives the team fight. Because if Kog'Maw dies, you're gonna get destroyed by MSK. So now, Elder being started by TME.
Okay, we're seeing JLC slowly going in. There's the sweeping lens to see if they have the element of surprise. Jejun sees that.
5K.
5,000 health, 4,000, make it 3,000. Who's gonna take the Elder in the game? 2,000. Where's the steal? Will Team is take it away, but that's the steal happening. Kaigu doing the pressure in the top lane. The Elder right now, 3,600. That's gonna go down pretty soon. That's the Mountain Drake going in the works. 2,500. Where is the smite still here? Come on, MSK going in for the dash. Cubs goes in for the engage. And now the Elder is at 1,400 health. No one's gonna take it away. It will be the Eagles attacking the Elder.
Yeah, and with that Elder Drake secure, they will have the immediate buff for the next few team fights. And Elder Drake, man, MSK, they have to be scared at this point.
Baron buff did expire, I think. Yes, it did expire, but refreshes that with the Elder. Now they see the inner mid lane turret. The Eagles eyeing it. Takes it down without any fight from MSK.
That was masterful play coming from Team Manila Eagles. Just patience.
Going in. Party time here. Where is the... Let's bounce. Come on. No.
Oh.
Drowsy.
Didn't
Is
reach.
there just in case. Just a fail safe there for the Eagles, where MSK defending their base. Still, this is anyone's game. Kill score 514. Does not matter anymore at this point. Lead, throw that out the window here. This is the late game, and gonna be a huge pressure for both teams. TME can lose everything right now if they are not careful.
Yeah, this is so nerve-wracking for me, Volk. I mean, I just can't wait to see what these teams will go. We're nearing that 40-minute mark.
Let's bounce. Let's bring it here. Flashes in. Kidnaps no one. Cannon Barrage is there for the zone. Turret's gonna go down. Inhibited turret is gone, but
JLC's gone.
JLC got popped by Axo. With JLC gone, Axo very low in health. Marky getting a lot of stacks by this Kalista. Jejun pressuring Marky. Immediately flashes away. Jejun gets taken down by Marky. That's gonna be a double kill with 2 members down for the
Oh, but look at the mid lane!
Kaigu is still pressuring the mid lane. Inhibitor is at risk here.
This is a base race situation. Somebody from TME has to go back while the rest of Mineski, they need to defend this tower.
Trevor is here, but the teleport pressure is coming in from Kaigo. Marky and Rocks very slow. He has to back away. Marky in a bad spot here. Still not giving up just yet. Here's the re-engage for Coops. Does miss by a long shot with Marky with the aspect of the dragon.
Oh my god, Marky!
Burns Gary to the ground!
Yeah, and I think that will signal the disengage coming from both teams. Because EXO, he's gonna come back and respawn. But man, that was so intense. Kaigu trading inhibitors, but in the end, it was TME getting more kills. This game, man, this game could go either way at this point.
When you're talking about a goal lead of, I mean, we see it all, and the timer is reaching the 40-minute mark, things is gonna really be tense. But let's have a breakdown of what happened in the bot lane.
Look at this, regardless of Koops not getting anyone, there's so much damage coming from Marky that there's no threat onto him. There's really nothing Mineski can do to touch a Kog'Maw because there's so much protection from him. There's so many people blocking for Marky, and he does his job. As an AD carry, you need to deal as much DPS as you can, and right there we see he does his job.
But great job by EXO, and the start of the fight immediately removes JLC. He gets the Sleepy Trouble and does get popped off. That's close, very close.
It seems like you're on the edge of your seat, Vulcan. Whenever you see these Sleepy Trouble bubbles land, it seems like you're just waiting for that huge burst of damage, but it isn't landing onto the key members. Even if this bubble lands onto Marky, there is the Tom Kench, just eat him up and you're just safe. You're safe.
And you're on the clear. Baron is live.
Baron is not in the clear.
Second Baron of the game
He's gonna
is
die very
live
soon.
right now. And the next Elder Drake God, it's gonna be live in, I think, 3 minutes from now. Who knows? I don't keep track of the time. But TME not wasting time here.
They secured it!
They secured the Baron. Glacier Fissure for the disengage. Trevor goes in over that wall, goes back in with a distortion. Mineski backs away. All members are alive here, respecting the Baron play.
That Baron went down in the blink of an eye. There was almost no chance for a steal unless just one barrage from Gangplank's ultimate could have possibly stolen it, but smartly enough, Koops was able to secure that objective. And now, Mark, he's gone all or nothing. He's sold his boots. He's exchanged it for a Guardian Angel.
Oh.
Now you're gonna have to kill the Kog'Maw twice.
But that means...
But killing him is already a very tough task.
And it's okay because Marky doesn't need mobility for the reposition. He has the Tom Kench to take care of that for himself. Koops right now with the control war sitting in the brush side, waiting for the right time to go into the mid lane. But gets spotted by Jun with this Praise Seeker. And the ward was placed there. JLC pressuring the top lane inner turret.
Yeah, it looks like Kaigo, he's been relegated just being the wave clear his team needs. He's been forced to defend rather than pressure TME. TME, we're just waiting for them to pull the trigger. We know Koops wants to party.
What you have to watch out here is that TG has to do his job to disengage Koops. Look, he's charging up. TG has to try and predict this and block things up. JLC.
Oh, it landed.
Oh, come on. Stasis is popped there. Oh, the timing is on the point there. But
That's a 4v5.
Well played.
Oh, it's landed again. Oh. It's still a 4v5 situation. I think TME, they have to respect this.
And they have to back off. The next Drake is Elder, so JLC still catching those Sleepy Trouble bubbles. And
It did put him in trouble.
Yes, and at this point when you're... Oh god, he actually does not have the Lich Bane just yet. So if he does get the Lich Bane, Marky has to really watch out. Same as JLC, because if JLC is gone, that removes the Equalizer, that powerful tool. It's Ice and Fire with the Glacial Fissure. Who is more powerful? I mean, there's the Glacial Fissure for the slow, but JLC also has the same ultimate as the Brown. It's just the opposite element and deals more damage.
I mean, Ice and Fire, like you mentioned, which will melt, will freeze over. We just have to wait and see because, like you mentioned, toss the gold out of the window. Just that doesn't matter at all. Everyone's nearing full items. It all comes down to execution. Just look at the gold, 80,000, 84,000. That doesn't matter at all.
And what matters right now is the investment that TME made with a 2 Infernal and 1 Mountain. So it all comes down to how well they can manage their lanes. They have the Baron. I think what Mineski is doing is burning out this buff and waiting for the next buff to be available to take away the Elder. And at this point, if you get ace or you get 4-man wipe, the death timers are huge. So it's really all or nothing here.
Yeah, it's either you win the team fight and win the game, or
you don't fight at all. You don't fight at all and just wait things out.
I mean, this is the calm before the storm, because we know TME, they want to party now. They're going to want to dive in with Kubzak. He's not getting the opportunity to, though, at the moment.
And I think this is rather an extended game. And who's gonna win is the major question.
This is so intense!
One barrel, I think Trevor will be chunked down to half health, I think. He sees it. He knows what's up. He knows what's good. Ooh! Does not burst him enough.
Who is baiting who?
I think they were baiting each other. Coops goes in with the slingshot. Controls TG for a while, but Rox is going to be protecting JLC. Now, Gary still has the Targon's Brace, and I think that Kalista, who scales better, Kalista or Kog'Maw?
Kog'Maw, definitely. So no questions asked.
So we'll see. I mean, Kalista does have the powerful objective, and for TME, they have Kog'Maw.
Yeah, and you really need to watch out for Marky. It's a 45-minute game, and not dying in that entire time span is definitely a good thing. And Marky already has 500 CS. Is that some sort of record for the Pro Gaming Series?
I don't know. And what matters more is who can secure the game. Look at that burn from the Equalizer. My God.
Yeah, but that's a huge ultimate for the next team fight. TME, they need to be very careful because that's one less damage source coming from them. So that's a window.
And I think from seeing how fast the cooldown is getting away, JLC will have that up and running for the next team fight. And I think TME will be smart enough to delay it. And now, everyone, the Elder Drake will be alive in 1 minute and 12 seconds.
It's gonna be Elder Drake again. That's where we're gonna see a possible final battleground for both these teams. We've waited for so long. Can they just give us a fight?
Let's see. I mean, it's always okay. The Baron will be also live in 1 minute and 46 seconds. Decisions, but the Elder will spawn first, and knowing that they have a Kog'Maw, they can easily take down this Elder. So I'm not sure, to the viewers out there, who do you think can win this last clash? Or maybe, potentially, this game match point.
Oh no, Kaigu!
Kaigu can die here. And Trevor is the same thing. He does distortion away.
Oh.
Close call with the parlay.
That was very close. Did both of those crit? If one of those hit, if one of those parlay crit, he could have possibly taken down LeBlanc, and that would have been huge at this stage in the game. But it looks like it's just gonna be Kaigu burning his flash.
And I think for Kaigu, he has a lot of crit chance. He has the PD, Shiv, and IA, so you better bet your money that you're gonna crit all the time.
This is very intense, Vulcan.
5 seconds left on the Elder Drake. Baron is gonna be alive in 51 seconds.
Okay, so you did mention with the Kog'Maw, this fed Elder will fall down very fast. But that's the same case for Mineski. If they're able to get onto this dragon, Ren can easily secure it, but it looks like the vision game being played very well by TME.
Marky's position is on the right side. That's where Mineski is coming from. TJ.
Whoa.
All summoners are up. All ultimates are ready. Except for Kaigo's flash. This is all or nothing.
Equalizer.
Equalizer's on the floor. Coops goes in for the dive. Kidnaps Gary, but no, he flashes away. Face Call is there. Going for the re-engage. 2-man knockoff. JLC tanking the Elder Drake. That's going to be Torch. But Trevor goes in with the flag. JLC takes down Axel with Trevor trying to re-engage to fight. Gary still very healthy. Stealth division is up. JLC buying time for Coops with his teleport. But Kaigo goes back in. Parley's JLC crits him down.
Marky!
Gets a shot down. Marky's alive. Marky takes on Kaigo. And it was only Gary alive. That's going to be the ace of the game.
Triple kill as well for Marky's Kog'Maw. And the death timers, they're so long. There is a minion wave down here in the bot lane. And I think that might be TME soaring above Mineski and securing the tie in this best of 3. Insane team fight. Man, this game just blew up in a split second. That fight could have been decided by inches, but it looks like it is Team Manila Eagles that will be knocking down the nexus of Mineski.
The death timers are really huge, and Mineski will be losing 1 point to TME. Match point and the sweep gets denied by the Eagles yet again.
We have ourselves a series, Vulcan. The first game, very, very one-sided. This game, TME showing up, showing why they are the defending champions. And look at that team fight execution. Great play as well from Marky all throughout. That was just insane.
It's still not yet over. We are going to be moving on to game 3 of the second match. And I gotta say, the champions of 2017 and the second place, the first runner-up of the PGS in the 2017, MSK, will be fighting again. And I gotta say, it's another mini rematch. Will we see a repeat of what happened in the 2017? I mean, revenge is sweet for MSK. It's in their grasp. They can try and take it away from TME. But we'll see that after the short break. We have been a Shoutcasters. My name is Vulcan. And with me was Chisto. See you after the short break for the third game. The last game of the first week and the first day of the PGS. Sides, Cubs going in for the guy. Ooh, great play from the Zac.
Got him.
4 members from TME collapsing to the top bot lane. Trevor gets the kill and making a double.
This is the proactive.
And Rocks will make their way into the bot lane. Cannon Barrage is there for the slow save, the glacial fissure. That's going to be the third stack by the top hit for the stun. And that is the kill that Marky is looking for. Takes down Gary and leaving KG. Man kidnapped. Still great save by Rock going on. 2 Exo takes him down. 2 members remain. GLC in the yellow bar and Coops goes in with a re-engage. Marky's on a rampage. Takes down Gagers. Teach is very low. Who gets the kill? And will snowball to this game. JLC, 3 members already.
Party time!
Where's the thick skin? Coops goes in. The JLC is on the scene. That's going to be free.
Oh my God, Marky!
Let's break away. But Marky's free to left hit. That's going to be the cannon rush for the slows up, but still. MSK here, but the teleport pressure is coming in from Kaigo. Marky and Rocks very slow. He has to back away. Marky in a bad spot here. Still not giving up just yet. Here's the re-engage for Coops. Does miss by a long shot with Marky with the aspect of the dragon.
Oh my God, Marky!
Burns Gary to the ground.
Yeah, and I think that will signal the disengage coming from both teams.
This is all or nothing.
Equalizer.
Is on the floor. Coops goes in for the dive. Kidnaps Gary, but no, he flashes away. Face Skull is there. Going to go for the re-engage. 2-man knockoff. JLC tagging the Elder Drake. That's going to be so torch. But Trevor goes in with the flag.
Exo's down.
Exo with Trevor trying to re-engage to fight. Gary still very healthy. Still division is up. JLC buying time for Coops with his teleport. But Kaigo goes back in. Parley JLC crits him down.
Marky!
Gets a shot down. Marky's alive. Marky takes out Kaigo. And it was only Gary alive. That's going to be the ace of the game. Triple kill as well for Mark. Sweep gets denied by the Eagles yet again.
We have ourselves a series, Vulcan. The first game, very